Now this is a revisit of an older video that I did on my 2008 Kia Spectra with the shift lock feature. Specifically in my older video, I was talking about how this one is mechanically actuated through springs and cables with the brake pedal and not connected with the electrical switch that controls the brake lighting circuitry. However, that video was an incomplete explanation for how it works. Now I'm kind of learning this on the fly, trying to answer a question that was in the comments below. But you can see there's a cable that gets retracted when I step on the brake pedal. So you can see there's the little block here, and when I step on the brake pedal, it pulls back this block. And this block is just a stop that prevents this cam rotating pivot arm piece from being able to rotate. So right now, see, I cannot press that shift button to get out of park. Now normally, this block is what prevents that thing from rotating, but you do have a second cable here. So what does that second cable do? And that is related to the key interlock. So if I put the key and I just put it into drive, now all of a sudden I am able to press this button. So the question is what is this cable connected to? Somehow this is connected to, the key cylinder up here, so it can detect the key position, and when I turn the key off or don't have the keys in at all, this cable right here is preventing this pivot piece from rotating and thus being able to shift out of park. So if you are stuck in park and the car is not letting you press the button, it could be because your brake pedal interlock, which is this plastic piece, is not retracting fully. In that case, you can look at slack in the cable. You can try readjusting the cable on either end at the brake pedal or on the spring here. You can try some white lithium grease, make sure that it slides and there's not excess friction here. But you also could look at, is it the key interlock? Because to get out of park, you have to have the brake held and the key has to be in the drive position. So again, just to kind of highlight how it works. So just an extra visual here, I went ahead and took this barrel fitting out of the end of the pivot arm, just so you can see what happens to the cable. So I just put the cable to the side, and I'm going to put the key in the ignition and turn it to the on position. And you can see now that cable has some extra length to it, and that's what allows, let's see if I can move the cable to the side a little bit. But that's what allows that pivot arm to go back. So maybe your brake pedal is moving that block out of the way, but you still can't rotate that pivot arm because this cable is not giving you the slack that you need. So looking at that second cable, I'm just going to follow it back and just kind of off the top of my head follow it. But it comes out kind of right next to the brake pedal and right behind the steering column right there. And I'm going to rotate my phone. It's going to be kind of an awkward vantage point, but we're going to just follow it up underneath the dash. And you can see a little bracket where that cable is mounted to. And I'm going to rotate it, and there's the key switch. So that other end of the cable goes to the key switch. The key switch, I'm assuming, has a little stepper motor or something attached to it that retracts the cable and puts excess slack out. So if you want to bypass the interlock like it's an emergency and you got to figure out how to get your car out of park, you can press this tab towards the rear of the vehicle and try and slide this barrel fitting. It is kind of tight, so you got to, tighten it. So you got to lift it straight up. But that'll basically bypass it. Now it doesn't really matter how much slack is in this cable or not. And now all it's going to be tied to is the brake pedal only. So those are the two things that'll let you get out of park in a 2008 Kia Spectra. Hope this helped. And yeah, let me know if you have other questions below.